Alright guys, welcome back. How's it doing, garage? So this is going to be our first video from Michigan. So I'm outside right now. It might be a little windy and I apologize, but so we just got back to Michigan. All of our stuff is here now. Some of our stuff has been here for a couple months. We've been in the process of moving it now. So my buddy Jake and his wife let us store our stuff here. Like, as you can tell, we got my enclosed trailer, '01 3/4 ton truck that I just purchased, the Burb, my wife's Cobalt sitting over there, her little daily driver. So I've been in Georgia for the last couple months finishing up projects in the shop and trying to get all that stuff packed up and moved. So all this stuff's been sitting here for a few months and hasn't really moved. So I need to do a little bit of maintenance. The alternator has gone out on my old lady's Cobalt, so we need to switch alternator out. She's got a 2004 Blazer that is in desperate need of an oil change, and just a couple other random things that need to be fixed that we're going to try and get to in this video. So the first thing we're going to do is change the wife's oil. It's in the front garage. Obviously, if any of you guys ever used someone else's tools and stuff, it's kind of a learning curve to figure out where everything's at and all that. But Jake's letting me use his garage to do a couple things while we're waiting to get into our house. So yeah, so I'm gonna go up in the front garage, show you guys all that, and get this oil change, and then we're gonna move on to getting plates and stuff put on the SS Cobalt. I'm gonna drive that around for now. Then there's a couple other things we need to do, but for now those two things is on my priority list. So so this is my buddy Jake's front garage, little 2-car garage. It's the wife's Blazer. It's been due for oil change for a minute, but since I ain't been around, she doesn't hardly go to town. She's quite a ways outside of town, so she kind of forgot to get the oil change. But anyway, so I've got all the stuff. We're gonna change oil real quick, put some washer fluid in it, get it back on the road. All right, so everybody knows we had a 4,800 square foot shop, couple lifts, and now I just changed oil on the ground. You can imagine how much fun that was for me. But we've got the oil change now, a new filter, all that stuff. I'm gonna go into the other garage now, and I'll show you guys, Uncle Buck and all that other stuff's in there. So we're gonna do a couple little things to Anna's SS Cobalt, try and figure out why the brake lights don't work, put the plates on it and all that other stuff. So all right guys, so we're in Jake's storage slash workshop barn. He's only got like 2 lights in here, so it's really dark. But here's Anna's Cobalt. His Uncle Buck's over here. Anna's Jimmy's in there, and looks a lot cluttered in here, but it's my fault because most of my stuff is in here. My S10's in here. This is all stuff from our house is piled up in here right now. Jake's been a buddy of mine for almost 2 decades. So him and his wife are being very generous and letting our store our stuff in here until we can get into our house. But yeah, so the Cobalt has been up here for a couple months now. And like the last video, if you've seen it or whatever, we put new carpet and stuff in it. Well, Anna went to move it the other day, and the back seat was full of water. I don't know how water's getting in there, but yeah. And then when we moved it, the taillights weren't working, the gas gauge doesn't work. I don't think the speedometer worked. There's a bunch of things in the car that don't work. I'm probably going to get it pulled out here. I mean, it is road legal and everything. We can drive it. It does need an alignment pretty gnarly, you know, because it was hit in the front, and then we put all new front suspension and stuff on it and never got it aligned after that. But I'm going to get it pulled out and, you know, just do some stuff on it. Yeah, so. We got the Cobalt back inside, and I've lost my hat. I pulled the taillights out just to check the bulbs. The bulbs on both sides are good, even though they're two completely different bulbs. I don't know why. One's like a blue bulb and one's a clear bulb. But I realized that we don't have parking lights on the front or the rear. So, duh, it's probably a fuse. So I pulled the fuse box out. Lo and behold, roasted fuse. So I think what happened was when the people we got the car from got in an accident and destroyed this passenger side headlight, I think it popped the fuse. So I'm gonna put a new fuse in it and see what we got. All right, so after meandering around for a little bit looking for a fuse, we found a 15 amp fuse, and lo and behold, ta-da! Look at that. We got parking lights now. So we've got running lights in the rear. You can tell because it's daylight out. But so quick and easy little fix there. So now, short of getting the alignment, which we never did, this car is ready to go for some road trips. So I gotta find some screws. Put in his new plate on. Yeah, Taylor shift. And then we're just gonna start rocking and rolling this thing around town. All right, so we got Anna's Cobalt in the shop now. So it's got a bad alternator on it that's not charging at all. So we got a new alternator and a new battery. But the alternator on this Cobalt is down here, but the tensioner is over here, which is really hard to get to. So we gotta take all this intake stuff off. Gotta find some tools to do that with. Car's back running. Got the alternator out. It was kind of a pain. There's not a lot of room in between the subframe and the tensioner for a 3/8 ratchet, so I had to find the skinniest ratchet Jake had and just kind of jam it in there, and then it was kind of a pain to get it back out, but I got it. The old alternator, I know you can't really tell by looks if something should work or not, but by looks this thing looks like it wouldn't work. So it's out, alternator's replaced. I checked it's charging, you know, obviously it's a new car, so hardly any of these have like actual gauge to let you know the voltage, but I did test it with a multimeter. It's running 14.6, it's 14.4 volts. So yeah, so this project's all done, so I'm gonna get it pulled out now, and then I gotta get my S10 out. You can kind of see it right here. So all of this stuff's got to come out. It's got to go through that door. My buddy Jake's S10's got to move. All this other stuff's got to move. And then we're going to pull the S10 out, pull Jake's S10 back in to the spot where my S10 was, and then because most of this is all my stuff from my house, all this stuff's going to go in front of that door, because here in a couple days we're going to be moving into the new house.
So the S10 hasn't moved in, what, 6 months? 6 months. So we're gonna dig it out of its corner for a show tomorrow. Maybe. Is that really what it sounds like, Michael? Huh.
This bolt's a little rusty.
Hey, you know what's funny? That's the first mini truck I ever worked on.
Like bag mini truck?
Yeah.
Wow. And it still runs.
Oh, I didn't do that part.
Well, it's still working.
Gunner!
Over the ground.
Yep. Got the S10 in the front garage. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit tomorrow so we can take it. There's a cruise in and burnout tomorrow. It's called the Coleman Night of Thunder in Coleman, Michigan. I don't know. Anyways, burnouts and stuff over there. Cruise in. We're gonna take it to that tomorrow, and then I might take it to the show on Saturday. They have a car show Saturday morning. I might take this Might take Uncle Buck. I might take Anna's Jimmy. I don't know. I might take something over there. But for now, we've got it in here. It fired right up. This thing's been sitting for like 6 months. I mean, we hauled it up here before Christmas and put it in Jake's barn over there. So it's been sitting here for a while. Luckily, no mice or anything got in it, so I'm pretty happy about that. But anyways, that's going to be the first video for us in Michigan. More to come. We get in the house and all that stuff. I'll show you guys how we're going to set the new temporary shop back up and all that, and progress from there. So as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking time out of your day to check us out. Throw a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next video.